everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. Cast all your burdens on God and He will sustain you. Amen. Today I'm going to show you how to make Dal Palak. In English we would call this spinach and lentils, and it's a very healthy dish and it's a very delicious dish as well. I use two kinds of lentils, but I'm going to show you talk about the lentils later, but I'll show you the rest of the ingredients. In the wok, in the kadai here, I've got 2 tablespoons of ghee. This dish comes better with ghee, but you could use oil if you want. And in here I've got 1.5 tablespoons of ghee, and this is to temper the dal later. And I've got 200 grams of spinach. In the UK we get the spinach already ready washed, but in India you will need to wash this and then you have to cut it. And here I've got 2 big tomatoes chopped, 2 large onions chopped, 4 green chilies chopped. This dish needs extra garlic, so I've got between 6 to 8 cloves of garlic chopped, an inch of ginger chopped, 1 teaspoon of jeera, cumin seed, and in here I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of Amchur powder, that's dry mango powder, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, that's haldi, 1/2 teaspoon of dhania powder, that's coriander powder, and I've got 3/4 teaspoon of red chilli powder. And here to temper the dal, I've got 1/2 teaspoon of mustard seed, that's rye, and 4 small broken red chilies, and I've got 1/2 teaspoon of Kashmiri Mirch, that's just for color, there's no hotness in there. And about the dal, I'm using masoor dal and moong dal mixed, so I've got 1 cup in total, so 1/2 cup of red dal masoor and 1/2 cup of the yellow moong dal. But what I did is I washed both the dals in cold water 4 to 5 times till the water ran clear, and then I put it to boil with 4 cups of water with a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. As soon as it came to a boil, I put it on simmer and I let it cook for 20 minutes. So that's already done, ready to go in with the rest of the ingredients, and of course we'll need some salt. Okay, as soon as your ghee gets hot, the first thing you put is the cumin seeds. And then you add the garlic. Now you fry the garlic just for a minute or so. Okay, the garlic, just the rawness goes, then you add the ginger. It doesn't need to cook long. Then you add the green chilies. And then you add the onions. Now let the onions cook. You don't want the onions brown. Just let it sweat, let it get translucent. Okay, now that the onions are nice and soft, but they're still white in color, so you then put the tomatoes. And in the tomatoes, put these 4 ingredients. And now the dry masalas will fry with the tomatoes, and the tomatoes will also get soft. So this should take at least 3 to 4 minutes or maybe 5 minutes. Okay, our masalas are bhunjod and fried, and the tomato, that's how it should look like. It's nice and mushy, and when it's not sticking, you know the masalas are done. I did put a drop of water when it started to stick, and now we need to add all the spinach. Now the spinach will look a lot, but don't worry, it will all go down to nothing. And add some salt. Remember, salt is already in the boiled dal, so just put a little bit in here, maybe 1/2 teaspoon, and just stir this spinach into the masala. And now the spinach will start leaving its own juices. Keep the gas on medium. You can put the lid on now. Put the lid on, put the gas slow, and now let the spinach cook for at least 5 minutes. can see the spinach has been frying for 5 minutes. It's come down to nothing. There's still 200 grams of spinach in there. So now my the lentils, I just heated it up a little bit. So now we can start adding the boiled lentils in it and keep stirring. And now at this time you need to keep some hot water ready. Put the flame on high, and I've got the kettle already here because we'll need to add some water if you think it needs to be more on the runny side. So keep adding water. You'll know how much you need because you don't want it too thick. There you go. So around maybe nearly 2 cups of water. So now you let this lentil and palak, dal and palak come to a boil, and as soon as it starts to boil you put it on simmer and let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you put the gas off. Okay, the dal's already done, so I've put that off and I've put this ghee on to temper the dal, and the ghee is nice and hot now. So as soon as it gets hot, you need to put in the mustard seed first. And as soon as it starts to splutter, you can see it's done. And then you put the broken chilies, and then you put the Kashmiri Mirch. And put the gas off while it's all in there. That's it, and now you just bung this in here. So that gives it a lovely color. And that's your lovely palak and dal ready. Now you let this rest and then we'll serve it. And there's your dal palak ready. It's really a very healthy dish and very quick to make once you've already made the dal, boiled the dal separate. And now this can be eaten with with boiled rice. It goes very good with boiled rice or with naan or with chapati. You can have it on its own with the dal and rice, or you can add extra vegetable or any meat dish with it. So I hope you all like this, and don't forget to share my link with your family and friends. And I shall see you next time with some more delicious cooking.